Good day, ladies and gentlemen. This is Daniel Umstead, host of the RNG radio show. I'm really excited. I have another multifamily investor here on the RNG radio show. So the direction that you're going in life, ladies and gentlemen, you need to surround yourself with these types of individuals. So ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce y'all to the one and only Joseph Harris III. Joseph, how are you doing today, man? And thank you so much for taking the time to come on the radio show.
I'm good, man. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Honestly, it's an honor, man. And the reason why it's an honor, ladies and gentlemen, let me go through this bio, because once you hear about this man, I need y'all to pull out your pens, your pads, pull out the voice recorder if you like, because when you hear this man speak as far as his ups and downs, what he's gone through to get to where he's at, you're going to want to take notes to strive better. So without further ado, Joseph Harris III. He is a real estate entrepreneur focusing on multifamily apartment syndication. The skills that he focuses on are deal sourcing or finding deals, underwriting deals, and capital raising. He is a member of the Shark Pool Council, led by Corneilous Cannon of the Apartment Investing Shark Pool. He's also a member of Dean DeBassi's Walk Multifamily Mastermind. He's also a member of Emma Powell's Joint Venture Multifamily Group, currently based out in Wilmington, North Carolina, but born and raised in Virginia. Hampton, VA is his home. He started multifamily journey about 2 years ago and started taking courses and getting knowledge. Now he is currently taking action, looking for his first multifamily deal, married to his beautiful wife of 10 years, and they have 7 children. 7. I hope I'm putting this up there. 7 children. Before getting into multifamily, he was an Uber and Lyft driver for about 7 years. His real estate background is in wholesaling and being an owner, finance note broker. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Mr. Joseph Harris III to the RNG radio show. Brother, I appreciate you just taking the time to come out. A lot of people, I want to point this out. You spent 2 years going through courses, studying, getting the knowledge. So you pretty much spent like an associate's degree times worth in gaining the knowledge. So now that you're here, now that you are in this position to, raise money, find the deals through your knowledge and expertise, because I want to start with that first, because everybody's like, well, what do I do first? What should I be doing first? Do you have any? I like to always start with the book recommendations, because we're living in a world where you could just Google a book and the PDF comes up. You ain't even got to go on Amazon anymore. You can just download the PDF. So I want to know, what book recommendations did you take, or even course recommendations that you took to be in the position now where you're feeling successful enough to go out and look for deals?
Well, I got two book recommendations actually. So one has nothing to do. Well, one kind of has something to do with real estate. It has something to do with life in general. But the first book is strictly business, and that's Rich Dad Poor Dad. So Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. It basically changed my life when I read it. I probably read that book probably about a good 9 or 10 years ago for the first time. So I heard so much about it. And so, I mean, ever since then, I've just been on my financial journey.
Awesome. And you said there was 2 books. So I heard Rich Dad Poor Dad. What was the other one?
The Bible.
Amen. hey, when I say amen, I mean amen. So I got the amplified Holy Bible right next to me. Yeah, that is I just want to throw out there Proverbs. I want to say this, whether or not you're a religious person, whether or not what faiths you follow, I would highly recommend Googling and searching, folks, for what you're seeking out of life and say Bible verses surrounding that. That's it.
Right.
That's
exactly.
It. I'm not saying
it's a Bible versus surrounding every walk, every facet of life. You can as the Bible deals with business, it deals with your personal life, it deals with raising your children, it deals with how you treat your brothers and sisters.
Come on,
no matter what color somebody might be, we all family, we all brothers and sisters, because we all come from Adam and Eve.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that, man. I love that. So outside of those two books, throughout the courses that you had went through and the ones that I had described, which one was your favorite? And out of those, what was the common thing that you learned from all of them, going through all of
The courses that I took, what's the common thing
them?
that
Yeah.
I took from it? Well, for multifamily courses, the course that I went through was it was actually two. One was a guy named Lance Edwards. He has a course in wholesaling apartments. I
Okay.
forgot the name of the course, but if you Google his name, it'll come up because he always running ads and stuff. So that's actually how I found out about him. But Lance has a program where he actually teaches you how to wholesale apartments.
Mm.
And a lot of people don't really wholesale apartments. It doesn't really happen often because most people focus on wholesaling houses. But you can wholesale any commercial asset as well as residential asset, because all it is getting getting that asset under contract and you selling your contract to a different investor that got the cash to close.
I gotcha. Now, folks, if y'all were following me like y'all supposed to be, you would have heard me go over the term wholesaling, which I have brought up countless times. But since we have our amazing brotherly guest here, Joseph, can you explain to the public, just so they can hear from different mouths, as far as what wholesaling is to the population?
Well, wholesaling is basically flipping the contract instead of flipping the house. Because when you fix and flip a house, you flip the house. So you fix up the house, and then you sell it to an end buyer, which is basically 9 times out of 10 it's going to be somebody that's going to live in it once you fix and flip a house. But for wholesaling, we find rehabbers and we find landlords that actually might want to rent the house out, or a rehabber that actually want to fix the house. And so we sell the contract to the rehabber, or because in order to start just starting in residential wholesaling, some markets now require you to be licensed. Like they want you to have a realtor license. So that's something new that's coming down the pipeline in different states. So definitely check your laws.
Yeah. And the biggest thing for everybody listening, if wholesaling is something that you want to look at, because real estate is just this big diamond, you can just chip off a little bit and take your piece and run with that. But in addition to the laws, team up with the local, or I should say a wholesaling friendly realtor. There's one in the Philadelphia market, Umstead. But if you are not in the Philadelphia market, find somebody that is, because that's going to be a connection to the multiple listing service. That's going to be a connection to another book of business in regards to buyers and potential sellers. So try to make it, that work. But back to that. So we got 2 years in courses, the wholesaling apartments through Lance Edwards. I want to know, so now that you're 2 years in the game, you starting out, have you come across any deals, any potential leads that you currently worked on or have worked on?
I have not come across any potential leads now. Not currently. I'm looking for leads. I'm building relationships with brokers. Since I'm just starting, I'm just really starting to take action. I'm about a few months in as far as taking action, because I decided to put the courses and the books down and just take massive action. So I just been networking and building relationships. And since I want to focus on capital raising, what I've been doing is trying to build my investor list by using LinkedIn, the power of LinkedIn. I need to post more often, but I entered Yona Wise's 10-day LinkedIn challenge, and that's how I met you. So LinkedIn is definitely powerful.
Yeah. And I saw you got over 12,000 connections, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That's correct. I do have 12,000 followers, but that's only because I've been on LinkedIn so long, and I be connected. Basically, I was connecting with everybody in the beginning. When I first created my profile, my profile is probably about 10 years old. But
Okay.
I was barely using it like the first 7-8 years. I was barely on LinkedIn. But
Got
I usually, when people send me connection requests, I'll accept, or I just send random people connection requests. So it's not like they following me because real estate. But now recently, since we did that 10-day challenge for the CRE with Yona Wise, I've got a whole lot of new followers because of that challenge. A lot of people inboxing me saying they want to know more about me.
Yeah, yeah, and that's what it's all about. And Joseph, you did something by mistake that folks are dying for. I'm dying for it. I'm a little under 3,000 connections, 3,000 followers, and I connected with another multifamily investor, and his name's Cedric Marlowe, who we're connected on LinkedIn, and he was telling me, he said, "Man, I would love to have your followers." And I'm looking at him, I'm like, "You had all these multifamily deals. I would love to have your deals." So,
Right.
so for folks listening, I want you to understand something. It's about what you could bring to the table. So, Joseph right now is raising capital, he's networking, he's connected with individuals, but immediately when they look at his profile, it's like, whoa, this guy's got 12,000 connections. Listen, you're at a max already on Facebook at 5,000. Now, I don't know about Instagram and everything else, but with Facebook, so Joseph is the equivalent of 2 Facebook profiles to the max, and probably even more than that. So look at your leverage. Look what you have that you have going on, whether it be social media wise, whether it be capital raising wise, whether it be your connections that you currently have that might not be on a social media platform. It's all about creating that leverage. So I appreciate you sharing that. Now, I want to go back, back to the 2 years ago, you're doing Uber and Lyft for like 7 years, and you initially got into real estate. What got you excited, first off, getting into residential real estate?
Well, getting into residential real estate, I used to watch a lot of podcasts on YouTube. I still do actually. I still do actually watch stuff about residential and stuff about multifamily investing on YouTube. It's a lot of information on YouTube that you can learn, and some people keep their videos short and sweet. But what actually got me into it is the money that you can make actually. And then like you said, I got 7 kids, so I got to be able to take care of my babies. 3 of my kids are grown, but I still got 4 kids. I got 4 kids at home in school age. I got a 1st grader, a 6th grader, a 7th grader, and an 8th grader. So I still got to take care of them, and I got my wife. So I definitely got a big family. So I need all the money I can make.
Gotcha. Now, residential, you saw that side, you're doing the wholesaling on that part. What made you want to make that switch going from residential to multifamily?
Well, the reason why I made the switch, because with wholesaling, I tried to partner with different wholesalers to do deals, but like in multifamily, everybody want to partner now, and that's a good thing because teamwork make the dream work. So it does sound cliche, but that's a true statement. Because with multifamily investing, you cannot do this by yourself. You need a team. And so currently, I don't have an official team, but I do have connections now that want to partner with me, and some big name connections like Brian Briscoe. I met him. I met Emma Powell. I'm a member of her JV group. So the reason why I decided to really focus on multifamily versus residential is because, well, the money is you make more money, but it's not just making more money. I always been interested in apartment buildings, so I always been interested in how does somebody buy an apartment building, and or how do they build apartment buildings? So I'm actually interested in real estate development too, but I don't know anything about real estate development, so I'm gonna stick with multifamily syndication for now. But
hey, it's all in due time, man.
I met developers though networking. So I met a few developers networking. So who knows where this is gonna take me. But it's a marathon. It ain't a sprint. So I'm definitely just trying to network and build relationships. I want to get my name out there. That's why I'm on your podcast now, Because at first I never thought in a million years that I would be doing somebody's podcast. That
Hey,
wasn't even my focus. But I know now that social media is a powerful tool that I need to use to my advantage.
it's very quick to connect with somebody. You know, I mean, I don't want folks to get away from your local network meetings. You know, if there is a local real estate group going on, especially if it's done being able to do via virtual Zoom, the trick to that is that you're attending these events, but once you're attending these events, start pulling people to the side. Hey, would you be interested in grabbing coffee? Would you be interested in doing a virtual chat? It doesn't take that much, you know, and people keep thinking that, you know, folks are so high up that it's like, oh man, you know, I don't know if I'll be able to speak to that person. I don't know if I'll be able to talk to that person. Rod Cleef, who does multifamily investing, I had thought for a while because I was on Duolingo, learning one of the languages I'm focusing on. And this thing came up, you know, hey, buy my book, free shipping and handling, something like that. So when I found him on LinkedIn, I immediately reached out. I said, hi, Rod, I just ordered your book. Would love to know more, you know, would love to connect with you. He immediately got back to me, I think within 24 hours, and said, yeah, absolutely. You know, let's stay connected. Feel free to reach out to me if you got any questions. And it's like, whoa, this guy, like, I ain't got no money. Not yet, anyway. Let me be clear. Right. I ain't got no money yet.
We both will. We both
right.
will have it. Yeah,
right. I don't
we
have
both
this
multifamily investors now.
Right. And I don't have this massive portfolio. All I did was ask, and all I did was inquire. So, folks, if you're getting into real estate, or I should say this, even if you already got like 10 deals under your belt and you're trying to figure out how to get to 100, or if you got 100 deals under your belt, you're trying to reach 10,000, that's fine. Just start connecting with those people who are leveling up. My goal is to look to go to law school. So during this time frame that, you know, I'm getting prepared, studying for LSATs and all that, I'm connecting with those real estate attorneys because that's who I'm looking to become. So what you're looking to become, or I should say whom you are looking to become, you know, whether it be a year from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, make sure that you are connecting with those individuals who are already there, because they already paved the way. They've already set it up and said, hey, this is the pathway to success. This is what you need to do, you know, and along the way, because I'm stingy and stubborn as well, along the way, if you see like, wait, instead of me going left, I can actually just keep going straight to get to my goal. And the point that Joseph made earlier, and I want folks to realize this is not a sprint. This is not, oh, in 6 months, I'll be able to do this. There are folks that have waited years. There's folks that waited months. And there's some folks who get lucky and say, hey, I was able to close on a 50-unit deal within 6 days. You see those on Bigger Pockets all the time. But the reality is, you know, even for myself, you know, Joseph, you said you had 2 years prior to, you know, just taking courses and gaining knowledge, correct?
Right. Yeah.
For myself, I'm pretty much around that same time frame, because I was looking at wholesaling. Then it was like, oh, maybe I should get my realtor's license first. So I got the realtor's license. Now it's like, okay, now I got this big array. But life happens, as it should, you know, but take the education along the way. Just keep absorbing the information. But when you're ready, folks, when y'all are ready to take action, take action. So Joseph, I'm gonna get off my soapbox here. Where can folks find more information about you? Where can they get connected with you?
Well, you can connect with me on LinkedIn, because I'm on LinkedIn more often now. So if you just pull up my name, Joseph Harris III, it'll come up. So you can send me a connection request on LinkedIn and message me there, or you can just send me an email. I still have to set up my website. I haven't done that yet, but I need to get around to it. So I've been so busy networking and trying to build relationships, and now I'm looking for deals that I haven't even set up my website. But I definitely gotta do that this week. But you can email me at real.estate.syndication101@gmail.com, or you can just call, email, or text me. My cell phone number is area code 910-789-2190.
Perfect. I appreciate that. And to close this out, Joseph, can you give us a quote that you abide by on a daily basis that keeps you motivated, or something that you always go back to, that keeps you motivated, towards your success?
Failure is not an option. So to me, being successful in multifamily, it's a game changer for me, because even though I'm a Uber and Lyft driver, you can make about $1,000 a week. In some markets, you can make about $2,000 a week just driving for Uber and Lyft full time. But see, I want more than that. I want to be able to take vacations. I want to go to Nigeria, because I took a DNA test and I found out that I'm Nigerian. I'm from the tribe of Yoruba in Nigeria. So I want to go back home. I actually want to move back home, but that's in due time, because I got to get my wife on board with that one, because she ain't on board with that one. But we definitely
I'll cut this part out of the interview. So that way she'll be like, you just gonna tell the world about what I didn't say yes to yet?
Yeah, man, but failure is not an option, man. Failure is actually, you have to fail to succeed. So I just failed, like I was telling you before the interview started. I failed at raising capital for a deal with the first floor equity. The main sponsor was David Peters. I actually had a zero capital raise, but I'm not scared to tell the word about it, because that's only gonna make me stronger, and I learned from it. I learned a lot from it. So, and I'm building my investor network. So I got investors saying that they want to look at my future deals. So I'm on my way. I'm not worried about it. Like I said, failure is not an option. So I just want to tell anybody that's listening that just because you fail don't mean you need to quit or give up, because you need to keep going, because eventually you're going to succeed if you keep going.
I love that. Joseph, thank you so much for those words. I really appreciate that. Even more so just having you on the show. So definitely want to do a follow-up with you. Again, thank you so much. Folks, if you're listening, watching, be sure to subscribe for future episodes such as these. And we'll be talking soon. Joseph, thanks again for coming on the show, man.
You're welcome, man. Thank you for having me. I appreciate you, man.
Absolutely.
Thank you for tuning in to the RNG Radio Show. Be sure to like and subscribe for more episodes and future content. If you'd like to learn more, visit us at danielumstead.com. Stay blessed, my fellow millionaires.